There was once a kind, hard-working farmer named Jed. His most prized possession was his old donkey, whom he called Barnaby. Barnaby was strong, loyal, and helped Jed carry heavy loads every day. One crisp, clear morning, as Jed was leading Barnaby through a rocky part of his land, something terrible happened. Barnaby took a wrong step and tumbled headfirst into a deep, dry well, a narrow, steep hole in the ground that had been there for years. Jed rushed to the edge and looked down. Barnaby was hurt and scared, trapped far below. "Oh, Barnaby, my friend," Jed cried out. "Don't worry, I'll get you out." Jed worked for almost an hour. He tried using ropes, but the well was too deep and narrow. He tried pulling, but Barnaby was too heavy. He called for help, but his farm was too far from his neighbor. He couldn't pull the donkey out, no matter how hard he tried. Jed sat down, his heart heavy. He thought and thought. Barnaby was old, and he was clearly injured. The well was a dangerous hole on his property. Jed made a terrible, painful decision. He decided that the kindest thing he could do was to put an end to Barnaby's suffering and bury him alive right there in the well. Jed grabbed his shovel. Tears ran down his face as he started the task. He began to pour soil from the hillside down into the deep well. The first shovel of dirt hit the bottom with a loud thud, landing right on Barnaby's back. Barnaby was confused, then scared. It was a heavy, unexpected weight. But Barnaby was a fighter. Instead of panicking, the old donkey suddenly realized something important. He felt the heavy load, but he also knew he couldn't just stand there and let the dirt cover him. With a shake of his whole body, he shook the soil off. The dirt flew to the sides of the narrow pit. Then, Barnaby took a small, careful step and placed his hooves on top of the pile of loose dirt that had landed around his feet. He was now just a little bit higher than before. Jed didn't understand what was happening below. He just kept working, feeling awful but believing he was doing the right thing. He poured more soil, much faster this time, thinking it would quickly cover the poor animal. The dirt rained down in bigger amounts, hitting Barnaby's back, shoulders, and head. It was a heavier, more challenging load. Again, Barnaby held strong. He shook it off forcefully, sending the new pile of dirt to the sides. And again, he carefully stepped up onto the new, higher ground. This pattern continued for hours. Jed poured the heavy soil. The donkey felt the great pressure, the weight of the problem. The donkey shook it off, refusing to let the burden crush him. The donkey stepped up, using the problem as a way to rise higher. The sun climbed high in the sky. It was almost noon. Jed was exhausted. He had poured almost half a hillside of dirt into the well. He leaned over the edge, expecting to see nothing but soil. Instead, Jed saw Barnaby's face. The donkey was standing almost at the top of the well. Every bit of dirt that Jed had thrown down to bury him, Barnaby had used as a step to freedom. The donkey's eyes were bright and determined. Jed stared in amazement. He didn't pour another shovel of dirt. Instead, he quickly cleared the last few inches of the well's edge. With one final, powerful step up, Barnaby easily walked out of the deep well and onto the green grass. He stood next to his master, completely safe, then calmly walked over and started grazing in the green pasture. Barnaby's story shows us a powerful truth about life. We all face problems like the heavy soil that life throws onto us. It can feel like we are being buried. But if we follow the donkey's example, we must shake off the problem, the negative thoughts, and the pressure, instead of letting them stay on us. We must step up and use those very problems, those struggles and challenges as a step to lift us higher. If you keep shaking off the bad things that happen, and keep stepping up by learning and growing from them, you will eventually rise above the toughest situations and find yourself grazing in green pastures, living a peaceful, successful life. This is Patrick the Motivator. Follow for more motivation and God bless you.